Hey guys, and welcome to another one of my Q&A videos. Last time I did this, I seriously had so much fun answering your questions and reading the comments that you left below in my other ones. So I posted on my Facebook that I was going to do another Q&A video, and these are the questions that I got. So first off, the first question is from my girl, love ya, Andrea Crowder, and she asks, what can I do to get a booty like yours? Just saying. If you guys don't know, I am most confident with my booty. That's probably the thing that I really like on my body. So part of it would be genetics, but when I started running and training for like the Warrior Dash and added running back into my routine, I started to get a pancake butt, and all of us girls do not want to have a pancake butt. So when I was doing leg day, I followed the Body Beast program, but I started adding, instead of holding dumbbells with my squats, I went to the squat rack. Well, actually, I first started off with the Smith machine. Don't judge, because I have this fear that plays out in my head of me completely falling over with a barbell loaded with plates. But now I'm graduated to the squat rack, no Smith machine, proud Joelle. But since like putting heavy weights on the squat rack and really doing squats with barbell versus holding the dumbbells has made a huge difference in my booty. And you can't target train. I know that, we all know that, but I did see a big difference. This one is from Jessica Gonzalez. If you had to choose 2 books, what would they be? First one would be The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson. The second one would be, if you're into spirituality, religion, prayer, Circle Maker by Mark Batterson. I just started reading this at the end of June. I'm almost done now, and it has seriously changed my life. So those would be the 2 that I picked. But then Jennifer Marino asked, what is the most personally influential books on power of attraction and personal development that I've read? As far as power of attraction, I would say I loved John C. Maxwell's Everyone Communicates, Few Connect. I just loved that book. For leadership, I love John C. Maxwell's Developing the Leader Within You, and then The Slight Edge and Mark Batterson. Those are the books that have seriously changed my life, you guys. This next question is from Christina Schaefer, and bless your heart, Christina, because probably a lot of people wanted to ask me this question. A lot of people do ask me this question. Do you make a decent amount of money being a Beachbody coach? I don't talk about this often because I never want to come off as I brag about my income, or I just don't want to come across the wrong way. And with Beachbody coaching, I do make a decent amount of money. I do. It's not just about the money though, because I have a team of wonderful leaders and coaches that I love. From deep within the bottom of my heart, I think of them as family. And I get so overjoyed when I see them succeed. I do make a decent amount of money, and I am the main income earner in this household. I did get a comment once that it's so wonderful that Sean works full-time so you can live your dream of being a Beachbody coach. That is so not true. He has his money, I make mine. And seriously, that's the way it is. And that's probably the way it always will be for us. And I've worked my buns off to make this work for almost 3 years. I had a full-time job. I was going to school when I was building my business. I started off making $0, and then I made my first check, which was probably like $13, and then it grew and it grew and it grew, and now I average $1,200 a week. That's what I'm making currently, and I think that's pretty good. I know that there are coaches that make more than me. I know there's coaches that make less than me, but that's what I've built, and it's continually grown from there. So next question from Emily Sass. How is Derm Exclusive going? One of my most popular videos is my Derm Exclusive reviews, so you can go find that if you'd like. But as you guys know, I'm all about the coconut oil at night. Like, I wash my face and put coconut oil on my face. But I love Derm Exclusive's Collagen Lift, and when I stop using that, I notice a huge difference in the fine lines, like around my eyes and on my forehead and stuff. So I love that collagen lift. The next question is from Amanda Couchard. Top 3 websites for easy, healthy recipes for non-cookers like me. First tip is start cooking. Start screwing up, start making mistakes, start making modifications to make recipes that you already have healthier. I love Eat Yourself Skinny, and I think I already told you about that one, Amanda. And then also Divas Can Cook. She has a sweet YouTube channel, and I love her videos and I love her website, and some of her recipes aren't healthy, but I just modify them to make them healthy, if that makes sense. Sherry Maldonado asks how to meal prep. I do have a video showing what I do to meal prep, so I'll link that below. And then also, you just gotta pick a day. You've gotta pick a day to sit down with yourself or your family or whatever and think about what you're gonna have for meals. You know, like, sit down and think of your dinners, sit down and think of your breakfasts, sit down and think of your lunches. You know, during the day, Sean and I eat our own breakfast and our own lunch. We don't really rely on each other for that, but we like to have dinner together. And sometimes I'll make him like last night we did a pesto pasta, and I just had the chicken with pesto sauce on it with some veggies on the side. He enjoyed the pasta. He'll have it for leftovers. But we have that planned out. Sometimes I'll have a little bit of the pasta if I'm feeling like it. But sit down and just, you know, think about, you know, what can you make for dinner that you could have for leftovers for lunch. Or, you know, if you make the salsa chicken, I have that recipe on here. If you make the salsa chicken, you know, you could have it as a salad one day and the next day in a wrap. So you just got to sit down and plan it out. And that takes an extra, like, you know, 10 minutes. But then also think of ways to save yourself time. Cut up the veggies, cut up the strawberries, wash them. Because why do people grab a bag of potato chips? Because it's easy. But if you come home from the grocery store, you cut up and wash your strawberries, put them in separate baggies, so then when you are walking out the door, you can grab that bag of strawberries. You know, it's just as easy as grabbing a bag of chips. And I know I'm going to get this comment that once you wash the strawberries and cut them up, they'll spoil faster. And yeah, they will. That's the truth. But if you leave them sitting in a container, unwashed and unprepared to eat, how many of you guys have opened up your fridge and those strawberries have gotten that white kind of mold on them, I guess? If you were to have them in the fridge and you eat them faster than if they were just in the container. Anyways, moving on. That's how I feel about meal prep. Okay, and then this last one is from Mindy Schultz. How do I get motivated to start a workout program, and what are some kinds of foods you always have on hand? She has a couple others, so I'll start with that. How do I get motivated to start a workout program? I have a before picture that seriously fuels my fire. I don't count on anybody but myself to get motivated. Motivation is not a feeling like happy, sad, angry. Motivation is doing it anyway, just making it a habit and doing it. I have a before picture where I remember being in a state of depression, sad, angry at life, not knowing where I'm going, self-conscious, and I know that one workout matters, that the workouts that I do today will affect the body that I have a year from now. So that's my motivation. Some foods I always have on hand. Easy. Eggs, and chicken and bananas for my Shakeology. If I'm out of one of those things, I get my booty to the grocery store. Okay, and the second part of her question was, how do you make the switch to clean out the cupboards and only buy clean foods? Okay, so if you were to look at my cupboards right now, it's not entirely clean foods because I have a boyfriend, and a boyfriend that I can't control what he is eating. I can't control that. You can't control what your husband buys at the store. You can ask him to support you. You can ask him to keep the things out of your house, but I know that I look at like the gummy bears or the chips that Sean brings home, and I'm like, you know what, those don't align with my goals. And I have the meal plan set, so I'm never really, really hungry. Like, I have the meal plan set where I know what I'm going to eat in an hour from now. So I'm not tempted to go and eat the junk food that's in my cupboard. When I lived by myself, yes, I only had clean food, and there was a lot of times people would come over and be like, oh my God, Joelle, you have nothing to eat. And I'm like, yeah, I do. I've got hard-boiled eggs and salsa and tuna and this, that, and the other thing. But everybody else saw it as nothing good to eat. And what Sean and I do that works is he has his cupboard of food and I have my cupboard of food. So when I'm hungry, I go to my cupboard. I don't go to his. That could be it. That's a really good, I mean, I didn't even think that, you know, that's kind of another way I keep myself out of temptation is I don't open up the cupboard that he has of food. You know, that's his. I'm not going to go in there. So I hope this Q&A was as fun for you guys as it was for me. And like I mentioned before, if you have any questions that you want me to include in the next Q&A, please comment them below. And have a wonderful day, guys.